back to the Culture Call on Praise 93.3 with L. Spencer Smith. Our desire is to reach and empower the community by discussing a cross-section of relevant topics from various perspectives that are essential to its growth and interpersonal connections. Be sure to save our call-in number, 205-752-4800. Be sure to install the free Praise 93.3 app so you can send L. Spencer Smith a message or topic idea. Search for WTSK in your app store.
This is the world premiere.
Great morning, great morning, great morning, precious people. Welcome to the Culture Call with L. Spencer Smith right here on Praise 93.3 FM. This is indeed the day the Lord has made, and we are super glad and joyful to be in it. Yeah, absolutely. This is the place where Tuscaloosa meets the world, and for the next 2 hours, that's right, 2 hours, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we're going to be right here talking a little bit about everything from society to sports, education to economics, and definitely from religion to relationships. And we are always here to create a safe space to have empowering, enlightening, and provocative conversations. Yeah, we don't shy away from any kind of conversation. Yeah, we need to have it. We're going to talk about it right here on the Culture Call. And guess what? You can call in or you can chat it up as we learn together right here on the Culture Call. Listen, of course, every morning I want to remind you, if you have not done so already, it's easy. Go ahead and download our free 99 app right on your smart device, your Apple or your Android phone, and you can go to that store and search out Praise 93.3 FM, and guess what? You can download it and you can hit me up on the chat. That's right. You can hit me up on the chat and you can listen all around the world. Did y'all hear what I said? That's right. All around the world. We've gone global here. So you can definitely download that. And no matter where you are, you can hear us right here on the Culture Call. Also, I need you to email me your public service announcements and events to me at culturecall.praise@gmail.com. That's culturecall.praise@gmail.com. One more time, culturecall.praise@gmail.com, and give me an opportunity. That's right, to be your public service announcer. Let me tell everybody, lottie-dottie, potty-siddy, whoever you want to tell, let me tell them about what's happening in your neck of the woods, in your organization, your church, your fraternity, or sorority. Why? Because we do it better when we do it together. Shout out to Pop Watts. Absolutely. Listen, and of course, you can write this number down. You should already have it as long as you've been listening to Praise 93. In the mornings, you should definitely know this number, 205-752-4800. That's 205-752-4800. And you can definitely call into the show. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear from you. That's what I want. Yeah. Don't just sit back. I want to hear from you and let me know what you're thinking about the conversation. So do me a favor, sit back and relax. Grab you some coffee. You know the kind I like from Maxwell House of Starbucks. Caramel macchiato. That's right. Get you some chamomile or some green tea. Get that body revved up with a little caffeine, or you can get you some alkaline water and get down to the cellular energy. And come on, let's get into the culture. Listen, I am glad to be back in the saddle today. It's been a couple of days where I've not been able to be here, but all is well, and God is good. And I have been missing my Culture Call audience, well, my live audience anyway. So I've been really just fiending to get back on the air. But guess what? I is back. Absolutely. And I've been listening to all of you all when you meet me. And when you see me, you hit me up and you say, hey, I'm just so glad that what you do. I listen to you all the time. And I mean, as far as I go, people are listening to me. I thank God for that. That's a blessing. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Yes. Listen, and if you see me in the street, you can come wave. I do not bite. I look for people to, I'm a little shy. Some people like, you can't be. Absolutely. I'm a little shy. Can I tell you the truth? No. Anybody that knows me know I'm a little shy. But yes, I would definitely hug, talk, chat it up. Absolutely. I want to meet you and want to see you. So yeah, when you see me in the streets, and you know what I look like, come by and say hello. Yeah, I'm a really, really nice guy. Listen, last week I did not get an opportunity to finish my insecurity, series that I was doing that week, and I was a little perturbed by it because, yeah, that part. But I want to finish that today because we've got a lot of great things happening this week. I want to cover some things. Definitely want to cover. I hadn't been able. June 19th was World Sickle Cell Day. And I want to talk about that coming this week because I don't want us to leave out the month not knowing the depth and the whole breadth of what it means to our community to have sickle cell warriors, what it means, to have sickle cell. We covered it months ago, but I want to bring it back, and I want to bring some people on who really deal with that, and some agencies in our city that really champion in making certain that we have the best care for our sickle cell warriors. So I'm going to deal with that and some other things. So you got to keep it locked right here all week long. But listen, I want to deal with this morning in our insecure. I want to finish that. Yeah, because I'm a finisher. Absolutely. I want to talk about steps to overcoming insecurity. Yeah, we were talking about, what insecurity does and all those different kinds of things, self-negation, self-betrayal, and all that kind of stuff. We were talking about that and how it brings on certain aspects, how to identify yourself or someone else dealing struggling with insecurity. First of all, I want to say insecurity is not created in you. Insecurity is not God's way. You were not created to be insecure. You were not created with that level of insecurity about you. Insecurity is a derivative or an offspring of the environment and the culture in which we grow up. Yeah, that's important. That means that no child comes born with insecurity. No child comes born with fear. No child comes born with all of those things that we oftentimes exhibit as we get older. Those things we are taught. We are taught in a very particular kind of way because most of the people, they teach us to avoid what they avoid. They teach us to fear what they fear. They teach us to be insecure about ourselves and about things around us based upon what is reflected in their own lives. And so, yeah, it's no different than, the father that didn't get to make the football team and he sees some athletic ability in his son. And so he's pushing his son out there to go ahead and be, the football player. Even if the son doesn't want to be it, he pushes it out there because he's trying to live his life, the life he did not live through his son. Or that daughter who doesn't necessarily want to be a dancer, but their mama wanted to be a dancer but couldn't. Well, she signs up her daughter for jazz, dance, ballet, all these different kinds of things. And she lives her life, the life that she didn't live or too fearful to live, and she lives it through her child. And even if her child doesn't want to. So a lot of the insecurities and a lot of the things that we exhibit in our lives have everything to do with those who were responsible for rearing us, those who were responsible, for training us up in the way that we should go, right? And that, again, is not to cast any kind of aspersions against our parents or our grandparents or, our community or our neighborhood, but the facts are just simply the facts that a lot of times we have learned and adopted fears from other people who had those fears. Your parents are scared of dogs, so they're going to teach you how to fear dogs. That's just how it is, and so what we have to do though today is learn how in our own lives to possess our own agency, to possess our own creative being, to possess our own faith and forward motion to get over the obstacles and the walls that have been placed in front of us and break those limitations of insecurity, to come out of that dark place of depression and, all of those things that you think about yourself that are absolutely not true. Yeah. It's time for somebody to help you get out of that, to throw you a lifeline. And that's what Culture Call wants to do this morning, is to throw you a lifeline, right? And my centering moment, I just want to briefly hit this, is called you getting yourself together. Get yourself together. One of the hardest things to do is to accept the goodness and the brilliance of who you are. And I get it. I promise you I get it. And we just talked about it, that when you're living in an environment of of limitation. You're living in an environment of protection. You're living in an environment of a lack of prime exposure to new things and to challenging things. You can, as a child, from childhood, be conditioned to not see the strength within you. You can be challenged so much with that fear and that instability that you begin to view yourself through the lens and through the eyes of those who don't necessarily speak on behalf of the God that created you, that they speak on behalf of their own perceptions, they speak on their behalf of their own perspectives, and they begin to steer and or direct or ground your life in an area of insecurity and self-negation. One of the things that we learn from an academic perspective when it comes to self-negation, and that word, of course, self meaning you, and negation means to count out or to erase, right? That insecure people attempt to see themselves erased from certain things, that they can't perceive themselves being of value in certain situations, right? They cannot see the full brilliance of what they bring to the table in relationships, in business, in church, and wherever you are, wherever they are, they see themselves, playing a lesser role. They never bring the full value of themselves to the table, right? And yet, they seek to have relationships with those who they can bring into that insecure or self-negation web, and they become jealous or they become very possessive because, yes, you are my community that I want to inflict my insecurity upon. And oh, what a life that is not to live. That is not how we were created to live. Fact of the matter is that each and every one of us have to possess the power and the uniqueness of being ourselves. That each and every one of us brings something totally unique to the table. We bring a certain kind of air, a certain kind of oxygen. We bring a certain type of joy, a certain type of excitement. Yeah, you are an exciting person. We bring a certain type of, of energy wherever we go. And that's very important. Insecure people bring this negative energy wherever they are, right? First of all, they don't want to be seen. But then again, if they're not seen, they felt like they were being overlooked. It's that whole dichotomy. It's that whole double-minded thing that James, the text, talks about, right? A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. It's that whole thing that you were born to do a thing. You were born to be a thing. You were born to move in a particular direction, but because of that thing that's going on inside of you. Let me say this, that insecurity does not begin on the inside of you. Let me say that one more time. Insecurity does not begin on the inside of you. Insecurity, watch this, drum roll please, is a learned behavior. Somebody, something, someplace, some people, some community, had to teach that. Now, that's a bad thing, a very bad thing, but it's also a good thing. Because if it did not come with you when you were born, if it did not come with you in your heart and it was implanted or imputed inside of you, that means that we can do the work to reverse it. We can do the work of getting that insecurity out of your heart. But it takes you following some steps. It takes you, first of all, making the first step of acknowledging who you are and what you are, right? The fullness of that you have to bring yourself in fullness to every situation. And you can't shrink back. Now, here is where it gets sticky, because people around you, when you bring the full allowance of who you are to every situation, some people are, who they think they are. They will label you as conceited and or arrogant or prideful. They don't know that you're really in confidence therapy. You're really in therapy to get that thing outside of you that says you're unsure. Right. And part of the human, deficiency, I think, is that we always have to function and label things. That's a human deficiency, but it's also an asset. But a lot of times we label things incorrectly. We look at people who move in certain ways. We look at people who do certain things. We look at people and we think that they are simply self-congratulatory. We think that they are arrogant. We think that they are this and that because they are excellent in what they do, that, or they're being confident and bold about who they are, we automatically think that that is a weapon against other people and us. And so we label them with things, not even knowing that that label is sending them into a shell of negativity. We're labeling them and we're cutting them off by the legs, right? We are labeling them, and that's really not who they are. They looked at David and said, hey, the brothers, when they were about to facing Goliath, the brothers said, oh, what did you come down here for? Who you think you are? XYZ, go back and tend to your father's sheep, and David was like, wait a minute, I'm coming confidently. Y'all looking at this giant. He's intimidating y'all, but I come, first of all, to bring you bread, cheese, and raisins, but I hear somebody define the name of the Lord. See, one of the things that you've got to understand in helping yourself get yourself together is you've got to acknowledge what you have come to do. Oh, my God. You have to acknowledge what you have come to do. Because if you're not careful, people who don't necessarily know what you come to do, and better yet, don't know what they come to do, will try to knock you off of your square. They will try to make you feel like so that you can retreat. Yes, so that you can go back to your father's fields, go back to where nobody can see you, go back to where nobody can find you, right? That's the problem with mislabeling people. Let people be who they're going to be. If they show up with confidence, let them be confident, right? As long as they don't utilize their confidence and their boldness to diminish you, right? Confidence and real confidence, courage, and boldness seeks to build up everybody around them. If I'm confident, I want to be around confident people. So if I'm confident, I'm going to be like, yes, you can do it too. If I'm bold, yes, we can do this together. You're going to win. See, but when we see people like that, we don't know how to label them properly. We don't know how to label them properly, and that's because we've not gotten over ourselves yet. We've not allowed people to be who they are. And so to the insecure person that I'm talking to this morning, because I know you're listening, the first step of getting out is you got to acknowledge, what did God give you to show up? What did he give you to make a mark on this world? What did he say to you? What did he design you with? What gift, what talent did he give you so that when you do it, people can see you? Because guess what? The text says, let your light so shine. Yes, that's what it says. Let. And watch, since he says let, you have to also understand this. See, in English, they taught us to kind of look at a sentence, and when you read it, unread it and then read it again, right? That's how you learn. So you read it for what you know, and then you unread it, and then you read it again for what you don't see or what is not clear on the surface. Here's what it does not say. It doesn't say make your light shine. It says let your light shine. Did y'all get that? It does not say make your light shine. It says what? Let your light shine. Now, what does that mean, El? Glad that you asked me. Let your light shine suggests the same way when at the beginning in Genesis, when he says, let there be light, he don't have to make light shine. He said it one time and light been shining ever since. The sun has been shining ever since he says, let there be light. In other words, the sun can't help but shine. Yeah. The sun can't help but shine. The sun doesn't move. The earth rotates. The sun does not go off. Right? And then the sun is so strong that it reflects on this rock called the moon. Right? So the moon is the reflection of a shining sun. And so when you see the text, let your light shine, I want you to go back there. That when you were born, there was a divine let your light shine. Now, here's the problem. That he says, the text says you are the light of the world. He says the men that have light, they don't hide a candle under a bushel, but they put it on a candlestick. That means here we go. This is a good one. You were designed to shine. Let me say that again. Yes, you were designed to shine. Right. So you really, insecurity is antithetical. It's unbiblical. It is against the creative force of God in you when you get and hide yourself in a bushel. When you go and hide behind the screen and hiding behind the curtain and labeling yourself, oh, I just want to do the background. Okay, all right. But yes, there is a much importance in background work and background. Yes. But even if you're doing background work, I don't know what that means, but that could just mean foundational work. That's cool. Be number one at that. Let your light shine. You ain't got to make it shine. Let it shine. And everybody's got a problem with that. You ain't tell them put some shades on. You know, they tell us that looking directly into the sun can be dangerous for our eyes, right? Well, if you got a problem with my shine, guess what? Get you some shades because it's going to get real dangerous for your eyes if you keep looking at me. Because I'm not going to stop being and doing what I'm called to do. And you ain't going to make me. And nothing you say, your rumors, your gossip, all the other stuff is not going to make me stop shining. I have to give myself a chance and get myself together. It's shining time. Absolutely. It's shining time. Let other folks adjust to the fact that you have been commanded to shine. That's number one. Number two, about getting yourself together. As you start shining, start working on perfecting yourself. That's right. That means if you need to get a makeover, if you need to do whatever, present yourself in a different way. Here's the thing. Here's what the text says. The text says in Samuel, right? I'm using a whole lot of text and I try to keep it down the road, but let me use the text just in case. The text says, man looks at the outward appearance. God looks at the heart. That's not one principle. Oh, I hope you're hearing me today. That's not one principle. That's two. Okay, let me try it again. Man looks at the outward appearance. God looks at the heart, right? And we teach it and we preach it and we even live it as if that's only one principle. And that one principle being God looks at the heart. No, that's two principles that cannot be negated. Two principles that cannot be ignored. Men do look at the outward appearance. Okay, stop right there. Don't go another further. Men look at the outward appearance. So it's really crazy for you to say, well, it don't matter how I look. No, that's not even, first of all, that don't even make no sense, y'all. that don't make no sense. Man, I don't care how I look. You just see my heart. No, I can tell what's going on in your heart by how you look. Let's try it again. I can tell what's going on in your heart by how you present yourself. That's what the text really means, that we have a responsibility to present ourselves in the way that we want men to receive us. See, God already receives you. He already sees what's in your heart. So you ain't got to keep doing that. You ain't got to keep presenting yourself to God in that manner, right? Right? When we dress up, listen, we want folks to see us. When we get our hair done, we want folks to see us. When you put your makeup on, yeah. When you put your teeth in, whatever you do, right? You get a new suit, some new shoes. I don't do it because I want God to see my heart. No, I'm doing it because men are looking at the outward appearance. Hear me, insecure person. Go ahead, get your new hairstyle. Get you some color. Get you some new, a new suit. Get you a new haircut. Do something different. Present yourself in a different way. Present yourself like you mean business in this world. And I refuse to be overlooked. Absolutely. That's right. Step out. When you step out, you want people to recognize you. You want people to say, oh my goodness, you are beautiful. Oh my gosh, you are handsome. You want that. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? And that's not prideful. That is indeed, or better yet, prideful in the terms of proud and lifting yourself up above other people and above God. That's not what that is. But that is taking pride in how you look, taking pride in what God has given you to present to the world. And you don't this is the problem when we tell people, don't just go out in your bonnet. Don't just go out in your pajamas. Don't just go out in your house shoes, going to the grocery store. Well, that's my prerogative. I just want to be comfortable. Okay, no problem. Then you have to also be comfortable with how men label you. Yeah? If society and culture has a certain thing that labels you in a certain way, well, if that's how you're presenting yourself, if that's how you're going to present yourself, then okay. Right. And if they say, well, we don't want this kind of people dressed in this kind of way to come in our business, don't get mad at that business. They have a certain way, that they want to present themselves. You see that? So you do what you want to do, but I'm just giving you a principle of getting out of insecurity and making sure, number one, let your light shine. Yep, tell everybody else, if you can't stand my shine, get you some shades. Number two, present yourself in a way to be taken seriously, right? That I have come to do business. I have come to take no shorts. I have come to make sure that I leave a mark on this world. Do you hear me? I hope you really understand what I'm telling you, that this is important for those of you who are seeking to overcome what? Insecurity. That's right. Go out to Dillard's. Go out and find you some place to Belk or wherever you go get your clothes. Go to Galleria. Go to Atlanta. Wherever you are. Order something online. Go to Shein. She seemed to be, dressing folks today. Go by there and get you something so you can go out. You just, but nobody want to recognize me. Nobody want to date me. Look, no. Are you presenting yourself in that way? Right? If you present yourself looking like left out Mabel, you can get what? Left out. You got to get yourself together, sis. Bro, you can't say, well, ain't no woman right, she don't even pay attention to me. When was the last time you had a good haircut? I'm talking about a professional one. Right. With the edge up right. You see what I'm saying? When was the last time that you had on clothes that look like she want to go with a man that look like he going somewhere? You don't look like you're going nowhere but to take out the trash. No, get yourself together. Get out of that insecurity and stop talking about what they don't want and present who you are in a way that somebody wants to hitch their wagon to your horses. Absolutely. Give yourself a chance and get yourself together. Yes, we're going to be talking about that because we're going to overcome insecurity today. Man, so much I've got to share with you this morning on the Culture Call. It's going to be a blockbuster show. Listen, you go ahead and text somebody. Tell them, hey, y'all better get on Praise 93.3 because Bishop L is dropping some science about overcoming insecurity. Hey, this is the Culture Call with L. Spencer Smith right here on Praise 93.3. Got so much more to talk to you about. Don't miss it. And family, we are back on the Culture Call with L. Spencer Smith right here on Praise 93.3 FM. And what a beautiful Tuesday, a terrific Tuesday morning it is. Listen, they are predicting for the next couple of days it is going to be, I'm talking about hell hot. They're talking about there is a system that is coming in from the west. That's going to send us up in triple digits. Yeah, at the bottom of June, at the top of July. So yeah, it's about to be a really, really hot summer. Yeah. So please make sure, please ma'am, please sir, make sure that you stay hydrated and as much as you possibly can, stay cool in this weather. It is going to be a hot next 3 days. So hey, do what you got to do. Make sure you got some Gatorade, get you some watermelon and stay hydrated because, yeah, it's going to be a hot one. Also, if you have to be outside, if you're going to the beach, if you're wearing your short sleeves or whatever that might be, make sure that you put some sunscreen on. Contrary to popular belief, black folks can be sunburned and contract melanoma, skin cancer, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you put on some sunscreen if you're going to be excessive amount of time with your bare skin outside. Just want to put that public service announcement and take care of you guys because I don't want you to experience any kind of sunburn or any kind of, because it's going to be a hot HOT next few days. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is going to be hot. Yeah. I think even trending into Friday should cool down a little bit this weekend. Yeah. But for the next 3 days, it's going to be a doozy. So make sure that you do what you have to do. Listen, make sure that you also have the app downloaded. You all can hit me up on the app. I normally take calls at the 11 o'clock hour, but hey, if you want to call 205-752-4800, let me see if I can stake my case a little bit more, and then we're going to talk about it because I want to hear how we are overcoming insecurity. Listen, when I started researching about overcoming insecurity on last week, I saw an interesting article and it started laying out different types of insecurity to overcome. I was like, okay, because when you hear the word insecurity, you're thinking maybe that's just one kind of insecurity. But no, I actually found out it's about 5 or 6 different kinds of insecurity that we're going to have to confront. We're going to have to face and find a strategy to be able to overcome and conquer, right? So I just want to kind of let you know what those are and see maybe you might fall or you might know someone else that falls in any one of these categories of insecurity. And let's see how we can help them. The first one is emotional insecurity. Emotional insecurity. And that's someone whose emotions, who's emotionally insecure. They have a difficult time articulating their feelings or being assertive in various situations. And they may also experience constant worry regarding the future or whether or not their partner will continue to love them and things like that. They also fear, abandonment, that somebody's going to leave them. So they have a lot of emotional insecurity. And they have emotional insecurity because one of the things that we don't do very well is help people with EQ. We tell, in modern language, we hear a lot about EQ in terms of emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. A lot of people have not been developed that in terms of, how they should respond to certain things. How should they, place and how they should utilize their emotions. A lot of times people's emotions utilize them. Right? But we don't necessarily know how to give our emotions full and valuative expressions and not allow those emotions to control us, right? And so you find that in people who are emotionally insecure. They suffer from emotional insecurity, right? And so they don't know how to articulate their feelings. They don't know how to express their feelings. They feel a certain way in various situations. They don't know how to really present themselves. And so that emotional insecurity makes them feel like, they worry a lot about what you think about them and how they're coming off or if you're going to leave them. If you ever get in a relationship with that kind of person, emotional insecurity is tiring. Emotional insecurity in a relationship is tiring, right? I don't even think that's a 3-syllable word, but tiring. Now, listen, it wears you out. Dealing with folks who are emotionally insecure can wear you out. But that's one type of insecurity, and that's emotional insecurity. The second type is attachment insecurity, and we really find that in the beginning stages of childhood. Right. And it's one that you experience primarily with your family, your parents, that you feel like, that their relationship is not consistent. It's unpredictable, or the relationship is strained. They leave you and they don't come back, it's a complete absence of connection, absence of love, or absence of affection, right? And a lot of children, that's how insecurity begins to start off, because they have this attachment insecurity, right? That I don't know if my daddy's going to come back. I don't know if my mom is going to love me. I don't know, where I'm going to be. A lot of children. And then think about it. When they grow up, they don't have productive relationships, or they're really, really possessive in relationships because they have attachment insecurity. They don't know who's here to stay. They haven't understood that some people come for a reason, some people come for a season, some people come for a lifetime. They've not learned how to, layer that and stratify that. They've not learned how to understand that kind of reality, right? That everybody that comes into their lives, they either have a very difficult time connecting because they fear they're going to be, attached or left, or if they do get in that relationship, they're very possessive, very controlling of that person because they don't want to be, left on the side of the road of this relationship road that we're on, and they can be very, very difficult to deal with. But that normally starts and begins with in childhood. Yeah. Attachment insecurity. Here's the third one. Physical insecurity, right? That's insecurity that you feel like you're not attractive enough to be in a relationship, that you don't like how you look. Everything is wrong with you. Some of the signs can be, constantly comparing yourself to somebody else's looks, if you're in a relationship, comparing yourself to their ex, to the exes of your partner or the other people around you, celebrities, or, you look on social media, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, because there is something in you that has some physical insecurity. That's where you see eating disorders can begin to arise. You begin to see, heavy physical depressions. They shroud themselves, they hide themselves. And even some people, they overutilize makeup. They overutilize certain things, plastic surgery, this new phenomenon, BBLs, because that a lot of that is connected to physical insecurity. They don't trust, and they don't believe that they are fearfully and wonderfully made. They don't believe that there's someone that can be attracted to them, how they are and how they look. They don't believe that. So they have a physical insecurity. The fact of the matter is that we don't know how DNA is going to show up. We do not know how DNA is going to turn out. I would have definitely loved to have been taller. I mean, that's basically, I would have definitely loved to have a smaller nose or, bigger lips or whatever, just stuff that you think about. But these people, physical insecurity causes you to obsess over it, that you go as far as to either hide yourself or change it. Right? And here it is. We live in a land of so many innovations. We don't know that, yes, if you don't like your teeth, you can get braces. But now we get people who have perfect teeth. They're going to the dentist to get veneers because they want they want more perfect teeth. They're around here looking like horses, can't keep their teeth in their mouth because they don't even trust that what God gave them is good enough. And that's the facts. And so that physical insecurity, we can look at it, we can see it all around. And that one can swing to the pendulum because it can be showing too much. Yeah. Or you can be shown not at all, but it's based upon a great insecurity and unhappiness around their physical presence, right? Here's another one. Financial insecurity. Now, financial insecurity normally shows up in men, but women also can suffer from financial insecurity, right? And so, and this is one that causes a lot of problems in relationships, marriage, boyfriend and girlfriend. A lot of what we hear right now, is financial insecurity. How much money I'm making, because this is such a capitalistic society, right? But see, you have to understand, in order for its root, listen now, in order for capitalism to thrive and to be a notion, it has to create a slave to it. It has to create a slave in the system of capitalism. That means somebody or something has to be the lesser, right? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And the rich get rich off the poor, because the rich buy the services that the poor needs, right? And so that financial insecurity can cause people, especially in this country, to feel like they are not worth anything, or it has everything to do with their being. They go to school, they get all these degrees, and then they get out and they're not financially secure. Right? How I'm going to take care of myself. I can't even start a family. How I'm going to do this. How I'm going to do that. Right? And finances become the heart and the root of their existence. And it's so subtle, and you got to be careful. Now watch this. The text, here I go again. The text says, the love of money is the root of all evil. But the capitalistic system makes you love money. Try it again. The love of money, that's what the text says, is the root. Not money is the root. The Bible don't say money is the root of all evil. Does not say that. The Bible does say money answers all things. That's what the scripture says, right? But the text says the love of money is the root of all evil. And when you're living in a capitalistic system, it makes you love money. It makes you go after it. It makes you pursue it. It makes you grind for it. I mean, you will neglect your body. You will neglect your rest and all that to go after money because, again, of this, it creates a system and a personality and an inward influence, curse really, of financial insecurity, right? That people, women literally selling their bodies, men selling their bodies, OnlyFans, all these different kinds of things that's going on. It's all about financial security. They're trying to gain more money, right? And so, there is no level of contentment. There it is. There is no level of contentment. See, in your body, and I'm going to hit this and I'm going to move on quickly. In your body, there is something that is called, here it is, a science word, homeostasis. That means that everything in your body, every system in your body, I'm talking about works at the word balance. That means not one system overexerts itself. It only does that when there is a deficiency in another system and is trying to balance out the body again, right? That is how we are supposed to live in every context of consciousness, every context of thinking, that I've got to be balanced, right? And so when there's a certain amount of money that you got to come to the place and say a certain mode of finance that I am content, I am satisfied, I can take care of myself, I can take care of my family, I can do this. That I don't have to be a billionaire, zillionaire to do that. I don't have to be a millionaire to do that. See, and with that comes proper stewardship, comes proper budgeting, right? Yes. So that you learn how to keep in balance. You learn that, right? But when you're overdosing on people who have all of this excessive money, right? Last week we talked about this, the submarine. It's not submersive. Yeah, the submersible vehicle of those that imploded down in the bottom of the ocean trying to look at the Titanic wreckage, right? We talked that consumed the entire news cycle, right? The fact of the matter is, also connected to that was capitalism because it cost $250,000 to even do that, right? And the conversation was less about the lives and more about the lives lost and more about, man, if I had $250,000 to just blow like that, what would I do, right? See, because this society trends everything back to money. I get it. You need money because questions are coming. Money answers all things. And so if I have a certain level of financial acumen, a certain level of financial, of finances flowing in my life, I can begin to answer the questions in my life. Absolutely. It is when you have to make up questions, right? And you got so much money that you got to make up questions or you have no more questions. That becomes a danger if you're not careful, right? But many relationships fail and end because of financial insecurity. My God, today. Here's another one, y'all. Professional insecurity, right? And that may seem like I'm not reaching where I need to reach on my job. I'm still at this position. I'm not advancing in my career. There's nothing more. I've hit a ceiling. I'm going back. I've got all these degrees and I'm not achieving. I'm not ranking up. I'm not excelling in that area, right? And there's professional insecurity. I'm looking at people who are younger than me, come way before me. I'm looking at all these different kinds of things around me. And and they promised me that if I got an education, I would be successful. But here I am, still in this position, still in this place, still not getting any more increase, still not getting any recognition, no awards, no rewards, no anything. And it's the trap of the 40-hour work week, right? That we do enough to settle in. And they'll create positions to keep us happy you're the head of XYZ. Well, the head of XYZ, do I get any more money? What comes with this package? No, you just get a title, right? Right. And in this society, that is not enough. People want, if they spent their time going to school and doing well in what they do, they want to accelerate. They want to ascend. They want to be promoted. And so there's a whole lot of professional insecurity, especially if you're around people who are excelling and it seems like you're not in your area of your profession, your job. That can create professional insecurity. Here's the final one: social insecurity. Social insecurity, right? And it often stems from one belief that they have little or no importance or value in the eyes of others. Yeah. They think that they're when they get around people, they demur, they shrink back, they don't say anything because they don't see, and I talked about that at the top of the show. They don't see the value they bring to the table. And so, it strains a lot of friendships. It strains family relationships. It strains, going out to meet new people because you don't think that you have any kind of value in the social setting. All of those are lies. All of those are insecurities that we can face and that we must conquer as we begin to overcome insecurity on any level. All of these have solutions. All of these have answers. And we are going to talk about them because guess what? You've got too long to live. Or worse yet, you don't know how long you have to live your life in an insecure place. There is much more for you to do when you begin to see the full brilliance of how God has created you. You feel me? So guess what, y'all? Guess what? You got to get off this mindset of being insecure, and you got to give yourself a chance to be the best you can be and give it all you've got. Listen, this is the Culture Call with L. Spencer Smith right here on Praise 93.3. Got much more. We're going to talk about steps to overcoming. That's right. Steps to overcoming insecurity. We're going to have a blast in a few minutes. Keep it right here. Don't miss it.
This is the world premiere.
And we are back, family. It's the top of the hour, 11 a.m. Yeah, some change, yeah. But we are here on the Culture Call right here with L. Spencer Smith. Praise 93.3 FM on this terrific Tuesday. Hot Tuesday, but terrific nonetheless. Listen, we're having a blast here today in the studio, and I am telling you, it is a wonderful conversation that we are having concerning insecurity. But before I go into that, I want to remind you again, if you have to go outside, make sure that you stay hydrated, and make sure that you keep some sunblock on if your skin is exposed. We don't want you to get sunburned. We're expecting, and they prognosticated forecast, some pretty high temperatures in the triple digits, the heat index anyway, right? So it may be 95, but the heat index may be 105, 110. Make sure that you stay hydrated, stay cool, as cool as you possibly can, because we don't want anybody to pass out in the middle of the street. We definitely do not want that. We want you to be safe. We want you to be healthy. We want you to make sure that you do all that you can do to take care of yourself. So, right? So don't forget that as you go out. Also, you can definitely chat it up on the app today. Definitely hit me up on the app. Let me know what's going on with the subject matter. Let me know what's going on in your world in terms of insecurity. Yeah. Or you just might want to say, hey, I don't exclude, because sometimes people just say, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm hitting you up on air. Yeah. It's not text message, but you can definitely hit me on the chat. I accept it all. You can call me 205-752-4800. That's 205-752-4800. And we can definitely chat it up. Yeah. As we talk about overcoming insecurity, getting yourself together. Listen, I want to get into some steps now, and hopefully I can move quickly, because I got maybe about 10 of these I might want to go through. So I hope you got some you can write with, or you're listening with, or whatever, because I don't want you to miss this one. This is a doozy as we start talking about right now, overcoming insecurity, right? Overcoming insecurity. All right, let's start. You ready? Number one, you have to identify the root cause of your insecurity. That's important, because if you don't really know how it started, where it comes from, and what keeps causing it to grow, or what keeps you in that limitation or that, prison of insecurity, then you're never going to overcome it. The truth will make you free. That set you free, make you free. That means it's an inside work that I've got to accept the truth about where I am in this insecure journey. And I've got to say, hey, this is where it started. This is what happened. This is what happened to me then. This is what went on, X, Y, Z. All of that. You've got to identify what the root cause of the insecurity is, right? Because you can't even formulate a strategy and or a plan to be healed, to become whole, to break through it, to be quote unquote delivered from it and developed out of it if you won't tell yourself the truth of the root of it. And that might be a hurtful thing, might be a painful thing, but it is a definite necessary thing. Many people experience physical insecurity because of somebody teasing them when they were, and their family teasing them because they maybe were a little overweight or a little skinny, a little short, whatever, a little dark or whatever, right? And so you have to acknowledge that's where it started. Some people have financial insecurity because they grew up in poverty. They grew up in a situation to where they didn't have, and they would never want to be back there again. And anytime finances are a little strained or it's not flowing how they think it should flow, then they get really insecure on that level, right? Or social insecurity. Maybe you were trying to develop friends when you were young and they teased you or they didn't want to be with you. They didn't pick you for the kickball team. They didn't, you didn't get invited to the prom. All of that, we say, oh, that's nothing. We ought to grow out of that and get over it. But for many people, here's the reality. They never really just grow out of it. They never do. They still remember that rejection. They still remember, all of those different kinds of things. They don't get over it. And the reality is that we shouldn't look at them like something is wrong with them, like they have some level of disease, because they don't. They have some developmental things within their person that they need to deal with, right? Yeah. So freedom comes from within you. You got to acknowledge it. You got to buy the truth and sell it not. Because the truth is the thing that begins to help you navigate all of the deception, all of the lies, the delusions that you believe about yourself. You got to accept the truth, right? And the truth is, yes, it did happen. But then you got to understand, you're not that person now. You're not going to always be in this place now. You're a different person now. You got to accept that you've grown. That times have changed. This is not the early 80s anymore. This is not the early 90s. You're not any longer in elementary school. No, you're looking down the barrel in the face of children that's looking up to you. So you got to get over it. You got to confront it so that you can get over it. You got to build a bridge of acknowledging that was then, this is now, and I've got to make sure and certain not to give them and what they said years ago about me. Yeah, I cannot allow that to be the dictator or the determining factor of my future. I cannot allow this season where money might be a little short and strange to be the sum total of who I am, right? I'm believing that, hey, maybe this is a time that I need to discover some wealth gaining talent and gift that God has given me and put that to use while I'm doing this. You see, you have the power to change it when you identify the root cause of why you're insecure in any particular area, period. You got that responsibility, right? Even if you go to therapy, even if you get counseling advisement, even if you get a life coach, even if you get a mentor, all these people on the outside of you, if you don't do the work of acknowledging what it is on the inside of you, none of those things are going to work, because they can only do what you acknowledge. They can only help you walk through what you're willing to face in your own reality, right? So that's number one. If you're going to overcome insecurity, you got to identify the root cause of the insecurity. Number two, then you got to do the inward work. You got to challenge negative thoughts. Let me say it again. You have to challenge negative thoughts. Yeah. See, because we all think certain things about ourselves. We all say certain things about ourselves. We all, we use certain descriptives to inform ourselves of who we are, and you got to learn how to dispel and challenge negative thoughts because of what do you think? What do you think about yourself? And why do you think it? And you know, are you just what they say you are or what you think you say? You can never get any positive results by speaking negatively about yourself. And when you have it, you have to challenge them and challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself if they are true. Yeah. Or is there any evidence to support what you're saying negative about you? I'm never going to be this. I'm never going to be that. Nobody's going to love me. Nobody's going to challenge those thoughts. Don't you dare sit there and allow those thoughts to live rent-free, mortgage-free in your head. No, absolutely not. That's not how this goes. You have got to challenge those negative thoughts. Yes, you do. You have got to say to yourself, nah, this is not who I am. You got to say to yourself, no, I look good. I look good today. Yeah. If nobody, you know, sometimes I'm in church and I'm preaching or doing something and folks looking at me like, what you know, ain't nobody saying amen. I said, I brought my own amen with me. Preach, L. Preach, Smith. Sometimes you have to encourage, come on, yourself. You have to open your mouth and challenge those negative things. And it's amazing how easy it is for us to accept the negative we say about us and think about ourselves. And we struggle to accept the positive thoughts and the positive confessions about who we are. No. No, there are days you got to wake up and say, you know, you're a bad Bama Jamma. Go ahead. Matter of fact, play the song. Absolutely. Play the song. Play the song. You know, bad Bama Jamma. You know, play something that makes you feel good about you. That makes you look good. That's right. Do it. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You've got to challenge that. Yeah. That's what the text for. From Genesis to the maps, you got to find the text. Yeah, my money is a little slow, but guess what? He going to supply all my needs. Yeah, my money is a little strange, but he's attached me to wealth. He's attached streams to me. Absolutely. Right. You ain't got no friends? Go out and be friends with somebody else. Show yourself friendly. Yeah, that is important. If you don't do that, guess what? Then you're going to allow yourself to sit back all in negativity all day long. So you got to challenge those negative thoughts. Here's number 3. You got to practice self-care. Oh, yes. You got to take care of yourself physically. You got to take care of yourself emotionally. You got to take care of yourself mentally. Take yourself to the spa. Take yourself, get you a massage. Take yourself out on a date. Dress up, and it's just you by yourself. Call you a friend and say, hey, let's go out and have a good time. You have got to take yourself seriously. You got to treat yourself well. Remember, especially when we talk about establishing other relationships, that you love other people out of the reservoir, out of how you love yourself. That if you don't love you, how are you going to love somebody else? Oh, I know it. You're hoping to love somebody. You're hoping that somebody's going to love you, you know, help you, teach you how to love yourself. That does not work that way. Nobody can come in your life and teach you how to love you. As a matter of fact, you're going to break their heart. I'm talking about you're going to break their heart to pieces if you don't know how to love yourself. Absolutely. You're not going to know how to do it. So guess what? You have to learn how to practice self-care. Get enough sleep. Eat healthy. You know? Eat healthy. Change your diet, you know? Get some exercise, you know? Do the things that make you smile. Pick up a hobby. You got to take care of yourself. Here's another one. Surround yourself. Oh, I love this one. Surround yourself with positive people. All right. So that already means, here we go. That already means that you are going to have to understand. Listen, that there's some folks you're going to have to fire in your life. I was trying not to say it. I really was. I was trying to give you, trying to be nice and trying to be kind. But here's the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is you got to find some folks in your life to fire. The people that's always negative, they're always bringing rumors. They're always bringing gossip. They're always texting you and saying all kinds of manner of things about you. Yeah, you have got to definitely do that. You cannot just allow these people to loiter in your life. You cannot just sit there and let them bring you garbage that happened at their job, garbage that happened at church, garbage that happens in relationship, garbage that happens in social media. And you become their whole garbage pail, their garbage bin. You cannot live life like that. Absolutely not. If you do, it's not going to be a healthy life. Yeah, it's not going to be a healthy life. You got to learn how to surround yourself with positive people. Yes, you got to learn how to surround yourself with folks that say, hey, you look great. You look good. Yeah, they're truthful. We're going to go to the gym together. You surround yourself with people that say, hey, you're doing good. I'm proud of you. That when you tell them things, they get excited because you've advanced. They get excited because you got, you got a raise on your job. They get excited because you got a relationship. They get excited because you got a promotion or, you lost some weight. Yeah, don't be around people that every time you bring them good news, they come back with bad news, or they don't even acknowledge your good news. They insert their own good news, and they don't even give you a chance. Yeah, so you got to be around. You cannot live life being around people who provide a negative environment for you, especially if you're trying to break out of insecurity. Yeah, you cannot. You got to fire some people in your life. Who's that? I wonder, is that you? Yes, you. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. I'm talking to you. You've got to start firing people who come into your life to spread nothing but the cancer of negativity. Telling you what you can't do. Telling you what you can't this and can't that and all that and how bad this is and how bad that is. You ever met somebody who every time you talk to them, they sick? They ain't never had a good day? I'm talking about, they just get out of church or something. The church was high and you call them later, man, XXYZ. And listen, everything is a funeral. Everything is hospital. Everything. They ain't never got a good day. Never. God ain't been good to you one day? No, you need to get those folks out of your life because their confession will become your environment. Their environment will become your disposition. And that is what you have to let go. Let them go. Find some other business because putting trash in your life is not it. Right? Spend time with people who uplift you and support you as opposed to bringing you down. Here's another one. Number 5, you have to set achievable goals. Let me say that again. Set achievable goals. I want to say that one more time. Set achievable goals. Right. See, when you set achievable goals, small goals, you don't have to set nothing big. I told you all about that before. I'm not going to say I'm good until I cause the sun to rise. You ain't going to never do that. So calm down. Get a break. Take a break and chill. No, but set it. I lost 1 pound today. Celebrate. Not by going out and getting, nothing but cakes. Don't get no Krispy Kreme. That you ain't going to Dreamland and get a rack of ribs because you lost 1 pound. No, absolutely not. But no, celebrate yourself. You did a good job. This week, 1 pound. Next week, 3 pounds. Yeah, because you got a goal. I got a raise on my job. Yeah, go and celebrate. Pat yourself on your back. Find you some folks that when you call them, they're sending you flowers. They're sending you congratulations. All of those different kinds of things. Yeah, that's important. You cannot live this life without acknowledging an achievement every day. I want to say that again. You have to acknowledge an achievement every day. Okay, here's the one. You got up this morning. All right, if you ain't got no, you didn't win no trophy today, you didn't get no certificate today, you didn't get no award today, you ain't get no raise today, you know, your boo ain't sent you flowers, you know, all of that kind of stuff, right? But I got up this morning. That's an accomplishment. Yes, it is, because guess what? Millions, trillions, they didn't make it. They didn't rise this morning. They didn't get up this morning. And of course, there's not a trillion people on the earth yet. But you know, I'm using that to show you. I got up this morning. And yes, my little knees popped when I got up. Sure did. I stretched a little bit, drank me some water, and said, God, I thank you for another day. Yes, celebrate that. Listen, because when you laid down last night, you didn't know how this morning was going to turn out. Right? So if you got up this morning, guess what? Celebrate that. That is an achievement. Mess around and be clothed in your right mind. Yeah. And mess around and got the activity of your limbs. And then you got the articulation of your speech. You can actually speak. That you didn't have a stroke in the midnight hour. Come on. You have achieved something. And see, we overlook those things. We overlook those things. Right? Well, God did it. God did it. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. I get it. And I agree that he did it. But guess who else did it? You participated. Your body participated. Your body did not fail you last night. That's right. Celebrate that. Absolutely. You got to celebrate the small things. Send yourself some flowers. Yeah. Get yourself a Hershey Kiss or something. Go out to TCBY Yogurt and get you some yogurt, right? And if you're really good in shape and you want something sweet, go to Edgar's and get you a strawberry cupcake. Y'all, have you ever had them strawberry cupcakes? Okay, let me get back on. Let me get back on subject. Those strawberry cupcakes, let me tell you something. Nonetheless, those are celebration orientation. Do you hear me? Absolutely. You have to learn how to celebrate yourself. Yeah, celebrate yourself. Here's another one. How you gonna overcome? You have to. Some people have to seek professional help. See, if you're doing all these other things and you're still, feeling insecure, there may be something deep seated that you can't do by yourself, and that you may need some professional help, so a therapist or a counselor. Just like, you've been waiting you can't get your high blood pressure down by yourself. You go see a doctor, You've been trying hard. You've been drinking water. You've been cutting out salt, but it seems still to be a little elevated. Well, then you need to go see somebody that they might have something to help you a little bit more. And I'm not always talking about medicine in terms of prescription, but they do have prescriptives. They may tell you might need to change this behavior, or you might need to do this, or you might need to do that, right? They can give you clarity on what's happening, right? Or help you on a path to discovering clarity. That's what I'm talking about. That even when you find yourself working and doing all these things in terms of insecurity, then guess what you need to do? You need to make sure that you also go and see somebody. Go see somebody. And they can help you navigate some things. You may just need someone to talk to, because that's a reality. Let me try this one more time. That is a reality. That sometimes you may need somebody to hold your hand. You may need someone that you can say, Doc, hey, I'm doing my best, but it still seems like I can't get out of this slum of insecurity. I still can't see myself like I need to see myself. And you know what? That's fair. Let me try this again. That is fair. Yeah. So that I think if you don't do those steps, here it is. Number one, here we go again. Identify the root cause of your insecurity. What's really going on? Yeah. When did it really happen? Identify it. Yeah. Here's what happened. My mama said this. My dad said this. My brothers and sisters did this. X, Y, Z. My teachers did this. Yeah, go ahead. And guess what? It may seem petty and childish and immature on the surface. But when you can begin to recognize a past that is affecting your present, you're already on your way to being healed in the future. Let me say it again. It may seem petty. It may seem nonsensical. It may seem really immature. But when you can identify truthfully your past and what happened there, it can only help your present make you prepared or position you to be healed for your future. So don't let anybody just say, well, XYZ, why don't you get over it? You don't have to get over it because it ain't you. So don't be trying to tell me how to get over my stuff. Don't be trying to tell me how to get over me. Yeah. Like this little girl said on the meme, you worry about yourself. You worry about yourself. Some people you got to tell them, you worry about yourself. I'm working on something. I'm working on my future. So I got to identify some things, right? Number 2, challenge negative thoughts. This is where affirmations come in. Get you some affirmations, a book of affirmations to where that can help you. Every day you quote an affirmation. Every day they have apps to do that. They've got things on the internet. You can Google positive affirmations and you can begin to say them to yourselves. And you can keep a journal of positive affirmations when you feel insecure, you feel a little, like you're not worthy. Go ahead and read those affirmations and say them every day, because it says that, scientists says that when you begin to practice things at least 21 days, it becomes a habit in your life that you can't break. So that's the great thing. Go ahead and find you some positive affirmations. Get in the text, get in the Bible, find you something, I tell people, look at Oswald Chambers and find people who are speaking, Brené Brown and all these people. They have amazing affirmations, amazing quotes that you can say to yourself, that, you can use the text, you can use the Bible, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And we know all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that are called into his purpose. You can utilize all of that in arsenals of positive affirmations to speak well over yourself. That's right. Absolutely. Here's another one we said, practice self-care. Don't forget, take yourself out. Relax. This world, hear me, y'all. This world that we are living in, this society is anti-Sabbath. That's right. SABBATH, anti-rest. That they don't want you to have the seventh day that God created. And they don't want you to keep it holy, keep it unique. There ought to be a day in your every week out of the 7 that is your Sabbath day, that you self-care, you practice. The Jewish people still practice it today. There's got to be a place. In some cultures, they have what they call a siesta. Siesta means a nap. That even in work, they take a siesta, that nobody does any work because they're resting. If you don't take care of yourself, proper rest, proper food in your body, you can't keep living off of the fast food and processed foods. You can't keep doing that. You can't just keep eating sweets. You can't just keep eating cakes and pies and think you're going to be, because all of those have a neurological effect on your life. So you got to start eating clean. Get you some salad, a nice salad. Get you some alkaline water and treat yourself better. That's right. Get yourself a manicure. Yeah, looking like a hawk and an eagle, your nails do. I'm not talking about them long ones that they put on now. I'm talking about you ain't had your fingers and your cuticles and all that. Your hands hurt to clap them because they're so rough. No, get you a pedicure. Yeah, and get you one where they stick your feet in the wax, the paraffin wax. Yeah, let them do all of that. Have a good time. Go to the spa and let them massage you. Do a Swedish massage. Let them, yeah, absolutely. Take care of yourself. You ain't got but one you to take to the future. Surround yourself. Here's another one. Remember, we said surround yourself with positive people. Get rid of negative Nancy's. Yeah, get rid of pessimistic Paul. Get them out of your life and start adding some folks that make you smile and have a good time. Here's another one. Set achievable goals, small things. Yeah, it don't have to be big things. Small things. Every day, find something to say, it was a good day. I did good today in this area. You're going to see how it changes. Yes, and if need be, seek professional help. Get you a therapist. Yeah. Ask someone to recommend you somebody. Yeah. You can get therapy through your job. You can get therapy because some of us need it to help you with tools and strategies on how to overcome insecurity. You're well on your way. I can feel it. Culture Call. You're well on your way to overcoming insecurity. I'm telling you, and it's going to be a great summer because you're going to be out there smiling and being confident and being bold, courageous, doing the things that you've been created to do. Listen, this is indeed the Culture Call with L. Spencer Smith right here on Praise 93.3 FM. Thank you for tuning in. If you got more to go, yes, don't miss it.
This is the world premiere.
And we are back right here on the Culture Call with L. Spencer Smith. Praise 93.3 on this beautiful, terrific Tuesday. It's a beautiful day, y'all. Hot, but beautiful. And I know that you've already heard me tell you how to take care of yourself in this exceedingly hot index. That's it. That heat. Yeah. Saints, the heat is hot. But we want you to be safe. Make sure that you stay hydrated. Make sure that you keep some water around you that you're using sunscreen to make sure that you're keeping your skin protected as well. Listen, we've had a beautiful day talking about overcoming insecurity, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that you're listening and you're hearing and making certain that definitely that we are doing all that we need to do to make sure that we are becoming the better people that we need to be. That I think it's important because this is the person that we present to the community. This is who you present to all of your friends and all of your family. That kind of, we should become better because you are more insecure. Let me say that again. We should become that much better because you are no longer insecure. Your security does wonders for not only you, but for those around you, right? And so, there are many benefits when you walk as a secure person. Number one, it changes the facet of how you see yourself. When you change the facet of how you see yourself, you then become an empowering agent. Yeah, that's what I said. You become an agent of power for somebody else. That there is no way that you can be secure in who you are and hold other people back. Absolutely not. It doesn't work that way. The metric does not work that way. The fact of the matter is that you have to make certain that as you walk in the world, as you get up every day, you are empowering somebody. That somebody's like, hey, I'm better because he or she is in my path. That's what it means to be secure. One of the things I love to do is because I am a secure singer, I go in the midst of other singers and I empower them. When they're doing good, man, you did a great job. I'm a secure preacher. I'm a secure pastor. When I see other people who doing their thing, man, you tore the house down. Man, you blessed the people tonight. You blessed me. See, when you are secure, it does not mean that you withhold any kind of congratulations and accolades from anybody else. No, that means that you position yourself in a place and in a way that you can give it to others without losing anything about yourself. And watch it, you can give it in sincerity. Yes, that you don't have to give those shady comments, right? Those shady compliments. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Oh, you did a good job on your little program. Because, in our community, that little means something. Y'all know that comes with a certain degree of shadiness when somebody says, oh, I like your little dress. Oh, she got a little car, right? Right. No. But when you are secure within yourself, you can be excited, genuinely excited for someone else, right? When you know who you are and what you bring to the table, you can look at the spread on the table and acknowledge when other people have done wonderful things. That my amazing macaroni and cheese does not take anything away from your equally amazing fried chicken. It does take nothing away from Miss Mary's wonderful, fabulous collards, right? See, when you are secure, it helps you build better relationships, right? It helps you be a healthier friend, a healthier mate, right? It helps you see the goodness and the greatness of others and begin to speak into that. It helps you empower folks. Yeah. I love empowering people. How about you? I love it. I think that's what we should be doing for one another. That we should be trying to find reasons to play each other down. You know, I was talking to a group the other night, and I was teaching them about, humility and confidence, right? And I told them, I said, it is not your job as another human to keep me humble. It is not, you have not been assigned to keep me humble. You have been assigned to honor me. Oh, let me say that again, because some of y'all like, wait a minute now, hold it. Well, let's push into it then. Yeah, you've been assigned to honor me, to honor what I bring to the table, to honor the greatness that God has made me, to honor my gifting, to honor my talent, right? You've been assigned to say, if I look good, hey, you really look good. You've been assigned to do that, but you have not been assigned to keep me humble. You've not been assigned to, all right, now, watch that. Why? That is not your assignment. Your assignment is to honor me. My assignment is to keep myself humble. The text says, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. That's what the text says. So I have to learn how to receive honor, right, while I'm humbling myself. That as I receive how you honor me, then I make sure that I keep myself humble, so I'll continue to use that honor and empower other people. If all the honor is heaped upon me and I never say anything good about you, if you always telling me I look good and I don't ever give it back to you, no, that's not how honor goes. No. And see, when you're secure, you can give honor and you can remain humble. And humble doesn't mean that you put yourself on the people's feet. That just means you can continue to be who you are and do what you do and help other people and love other people and empower other people and walk boldly. You don't take anything away from anybody else. You seek to add. You seek to add when you're secure in yourself, right? So it produces better relationships. It helps you. When you're secure, you're also able to set healthy boundaries that you're not going to let anybody disrespect you. Let me say that one more time. When you really are secure in who you are and understand how fearfully and wonderfully you've been made, you won't allow people to disrespect you. Now, listen, here's what you don't have to like me. Now, let me say this again. You don't have to like me, but what you ain't going to do is disrespect me. No. No, you're not going to do that. You don't have permission to disrespect me. No. You may not like my singing. You may not like how I look. You may not like my preaching. You may not like. Listen, you could have a multitude of reasons why you don't like me. But what I am not, because I'm so secure in myself, what I will not allow you to do is disrespect me. You're not going to, no, you're going to avoid me before you disrespect me. I'm going to go in the opposite direction before I put myself in an atmosphere to allow you to disrespect me, because this is what we are not doing. No. Yeah, we're not going to do that. And see, when you're secure, you know how to set those boundaries. That you're not going to play with my heart. You're not going to play with my time. You're not going to You're not going to underappreciate or not appreciate who I am or what I can do or what I bring to the table. Absolutely not, Culture Call. Anybody doing that? Nope, not letting nobody do that. And you don't have to. It is not your assignment to let people walk all over you. No, ma'am. No, sir. No. Being secure means I know how to set appropriate boundaries when it comes to my person and my being, because I'm secure. I'm secure. Yeah. I'm going to call you to the carpet. No, wait a minute. Watch your tone. You're not going to holler and you're not going to shout at me. See, you see what I mean? And it's not because I'm insecure. It is because I am secure that I'm gonna check you when you get out of line. You got to help people respect you. You know, my mama told me a long time, and we hear it all the time, that we teach people how to treat us. Let me say it again. We teach people how to treat us. So no, I wasn't going to say nothing, because, you know, we all have those things that I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. No. We all got those things that we ain't going to say nothing. No, but there are times when your security demands that you say something, because they need to know, okay, look, here is where we are, and here is where I am in this, you know, and here's what I appreciate. Here is what I do not appreciate. And we're not going to cross these boundaries. I'm not going to cross those boundaries with you. And guess what? You are not going to cross those boundaries with me. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It is a mark of a secure person to be able to say, okay, yeah, but here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to disrespect me. Right? And see, when you're secure, it also improves your mental health, because then, yeah, all these positive confessions, the way that you see yourself, the courage, the confidence, the boldness, there's nothing like being secure and doing and knowing that you have a place in this world. God has given you something wonderful to do and doing it. Yeah, it improves your mental health, your mental stability. It reduces anxiety. Yeah. It reduces, you know, depression, irritable depression, always having an attitude, you know, and you use that attitude because you really don't feel, you know, you want to push people and set up a boundary because you push people away, right? I heard Dr. Thema Bryant say that people use irritable depression. You know, they always have an attitude, and you think they're mean. They're not mean. They're insecure, and they use that meanness to deflect you and to send you away from them before they have to engage, and you discover that they're insecure. That's a good one, ain't it? Right. But when you are secure within yourself, you've been speaking well about yourself, and you've been celebrating yourself, and you've been taking care of yourself. Guess what? It causes your mind. You find joy. If you find happiness, it's easy to locate it in the little things, in the medium things, in the big things. Yeah. You find reasons to smile. Yes, you do. You find reasons to smile, because you'll know, hey, it gets better. Life just gets better. Absolutely. Right. It you know, being secure increases your confidence, you know, and your self-esteem. Right. It helps you go after that job, helps you go after that promotion. It helps you go after that dream. It helps you go after that vision. It helps you to achieve highly when you are secure. It helps you to promote yourself and to speak well. Yeah, it puts you into different places. It causes you to say, you know what? I belong at this room. I belong in this table. You don't discount yourself when you're sitting among great people, because what you recognize is that if I'm sitting among great people, that must mean what? I'm great too. Huh? That's what it does. It sets you in a totally different trajectory. It puts you in a different mindset. Now, I'm sitting at the table with all these bosses and CEOs. Well, guess what? If I'm sitting at the table with all of these bosses and CEOs, I might have just got here, but guess what? I'm here now. And it rearranges, being secure, rearranges the way that you think about yourself in confidence. Here it is. Being secure, it also helps you make better decisions. Yeah, because now I'm not just thinking about what makes other people happy. I'm thinking about, okay, adding myself into this equation, because now I can make a decision based upon, you know, what is best for everyone, not just you and I overlook myself. No, what is best for everyone. When I'm secure, I can negotiate better. When I'm secure, I can sit down at a table and this is how much I need to do this job. I believe I'm your person. I believe I'm your guy. but this is how much it's going to cost. These are the things that I need to take care of this. In order for me to be a highly productive, on this level, because I know I can do it, I come with this kind of skill and this kind of acumen. Yeah, this is what I require. Yeah. See, when you are secure, it changes the framework of not only how you view other people, but how you view yourself. I'm coming at the table and I'm coming at something big. Yeah. My boy, Pastor Mike McClure Jr. says it's going to be big. Yes. And I'm one of those things that's going to be big. And I expect to be treated bigly. Absolutely. Because I am secure. Listen, this is the Culture Call. My goodness, with L. Spencer Smith right here on Praise 93.3. It's been a beautiful day. Yes, got a little bit more to go. I need you to go ahead and get rehydrated, get you some water, some coffee, some tea, get your little snack on the way, and keep it right here. Don't miss it.
This is the world premiere.
Well, it's been an amazing day on the Culture Call all day. We've dealt with and tackled and overcome insecurity. I'm telling you, and I so appreciate everyone this morning who's tuned into this broadcast. Listen, this week is going to be a wonderful week on the Culture Call. You don't want to miss it. I have a lot of things I'm planning to talk about, and I hope that you are ready to engage. We're going to talk a little bit about some things that's going on, some current events, and see your perspective on some things. Yeah, because I want to hear your perspective on, some societal things that's going on. We're going to talk a little bit about sickle cell this week. We're going to do a show on sickle cell this week because I think it's important. I don't definitely want to miss that. Yeah, I wasn't here in studio on June 19th, which is really World Sickle Cell Awareness Day, but we want to capture that again because again, it's so important to those many in our community who have suffered and struggled with that. And so we want to talk about that and bring those on for those who have struggled in that area and who have, do deal with that tremendous blood disease. That is a whole lot to talk about and how they're overcoming. Yeah, we have a lot of sickle cell warriors right here in our city and all around the country and world. And we want to pay homage to them and acknowledge them this week as well. So I want to make sure that you keep it right here on the Culture Call with L. Spencer Smith, Praise 93.3. Listen, if you got any topics that you want me to deal with, I'm already preparing for my fall shows. Yeah, I think we got summer kind of sold up a little bit. Yeah, so we're already preparing for our fall shows. We got some interesting coming on. This is a season where they're getting ready to deal with politics. Yeah, and I'm going to dive into politics and dive into race. We're going to deal with a whole lot of that coming up. But let me hear your perspective on what some things that you want me to talk about. Hit me up on the app, or you can definitely email me at culturecall.praise@gmail.com. Yeah. And we want to talk about it because I don't want you to miss anything. And I want to talk about what is relevant to our community. Listen, there's something always going on at Governor's Plaza on Friday nights. Make sure that you go ahead and mark your calendar and be a part of what the city is doing. Absolutely. If y'all don't mind traveling, I'll be speaking and preaching in Birmingham this weekend. And let me see what this place is because they just told me what I'm supposed to be doing. Everybody's trying to run my little old life. But it's cool. I'm so used to it. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'll be preaching at the Greater Grace Missionary Baptist Church on 1945 Centerpoint Parkway, Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah. Apostle Dr. Kobe and Katrina Fitzgerald. You don't want to miss it. I'll be there on Thursday night, just in case if you want to come and take a ride out and hang with me. It's going to be an awesome night. I think I got something to say to folks. Say, listen, it's a whole lot going on. I need you to stay hydrated, stay cool as much as you possibly can. Make sure you got your sunscreen on. Listen, as my grandmama and my mama would say at the end of every phone call, I love you a bushel, I love you a peck, and I love you a hug around the neck. Until tomorrow morning, I need you to keep it right here on Praise 93.3. Enjoy your day. Yeah, and pray for me as I pray for you, and let's have a great Tuesday. Peace.